Welcome everybody to the closing session of this conference. My name is Leon Mann and I have the pleasure of taking you through to the end of a very, very interesting day exploring lots of different issues across the football industry through the MIP Alumni Association conference. I'm joined now by MIP Alumni board members Gareth Farrelly and Keld Baldington. Baldington, I'm giving you a new name, Keld. Keld Bordingard. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I've given you two names, so that's such as your level of importance. It's been a great day for the MIP Alumni Association. We've covered a load of different subjects. We've got some incredible experts across the day. As board members, how do you reflect on the conference and how it's all gone? Keld, we'll come to you first as I got your name wrong.
Okay, I feel like Jemba now. So bad he needed two names, so good that he had two names. I don't know. Though I think what always comes to my mind when I see these people sharing their knowledge, experience, and know-how around the game is that there is so much potential in especially former players who live the game and decide afterwards not to quit the game, only leave the pitch. There's so much knowledge there. We have to do a lot to make sure that it stays within the game and can help us in the future, because we need this knowledge. We need these people.
Absolutely, we absolutely need these people. We've seen the incredible quality of the people that we've had involved in the conference. Gareth, you hosted the session on FT, which is a fascinating discussion there. But are there any other highlights across the day that have stuck out for you?
Leon, the first thing obviously is to give thanks to everybody who took part today. I thought the topics were really, really informative and choice relevant, if you like. And then obviously to you and your team, thank you for all your hard work. It's been incredible work that people don't sometimes see, but we're obviously hugely appreciative of that. And it wouldn't have gone as smoothly, if at all, without all of your input. So thank you for that. I'm always quite humbled, really, when you think about the responsibility of being a board member with regards to the MIP, and you look at how the course is developing. I think the biggest thing today is to you look at every panel. There's key takeaways, if you like, the leadership panel, which is always a relevant topic. And I think if you look within sport and you look around the world, sometimes we've got so many experts on leadership, but if you look at sport, politics, life, we don't necessarily see those leaders or those statesmen in roles. And I think bringing it back to what Keld has said is that what the MIP has given us through UEFA, through the partners and stakeholders, is people that want to continue to make a difference outside of what defined them. And I think that comes from education, and that comes from lifelong learning, and that probably comes from some of those skills that help people be successful as footballers, stroke athletes, which is a drive to continue to be successful in a different field. So fascinating to hear equality, diversity, inclusion, the points that cross over a lot of the panels when we talk about diversity, but a diversity of thought. And I think we all attend lots of conferences and we follow certain topics, but I think that's a key point, is that it's not going to be easy, but there are those people out there that you would look to tap into. I think as an alumni, we talk about integrity, education, and expertise. And I think as we all continue to develop all of those areas, I think you take kind of pride from seeing people develop and move into those higher management and executive roles already. But you want to see more of that, because you believe in the people that are involved, but then you also believe that they can bring true value, and change is relative, but look to improve wherever they are.
Yeah, some excellent points there, Gareth. And of course, the MIP Alumni Association is in a great position to help facilitate that, what the game looks like in the future, because of all these incredible leaders coming through the course, coming into the alumni group, and then actually networking through that it's in a really good position. And when you look at MIP3 at the moment, and now MIP4, we've got even more incredible leaders emerging from those groups. So it's really growing in influence, isn't it?
Exactly, but I'd like also here to mention the common denominator here, and that's passion for the game, the will to lifelong learning through this program, and to help the game develop in a healthy way. I think we've seen some very strong statements today. Lisa Klaveness stated that sport should be at the center of every decision. It's another way to another example of how the passion for the game and the good of the game is at the very heart of this alumni. If I understood Maxwell right, he was a little concerned, stating that football is at a very critical moment right now. And I think Nigel de Jong later followed up by saying that the game should change, and we need changes, but it has to come from within, because we can shoot on a lot of stakeholders, but we have to make sure that it comes from within. And I think that's where our alumni can play a role.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic thing that Maxwell had said there. And Sarah Gregorius in the equality session also said, change is like a tree, it starts at the roots, which really struck me. But in terms of what the MIP alumni do from here, Gareth, tell us a little bit more about that, because obviously there are various partnerships in place. There's an appetite to be, making as much of an impact as possible, isn't there?
Yeah, I think meet in person would be the first one we'd probably put down to that. And again, that comes back to the fact that having done the conference last year online, our hope was that we would be able to all get together this year. We didn't want to lose the momentum of having put the conference on. And again, I think we've been fortunate to do that. But I think meet in person, there's an energy when everybody gets together that you start to get those, roots or offshoots or opportunities or synergy and collective experience. And then it's starting to speak to people and strategize how to move those ideas forward. So I think there's a recognition from some of the stakeholders that there's huge value in the MIP alumni. I think we can talk about like the breadth of the topics today, be it if you're a current player or be it if you're starting to think about your transition. And that shared experience obviously then kind of bounces on to the course and what people are going through now, what some people are going to finish and graduate, and what Keld and myself have been through in the earlier kind of cohorts. So I think the biggest thing is to maintain that momentum and continue to kind of build the MIP alumni as a thought leader, and fundamentally that stakeholders will be comfortable and recognize the value in engaging with the MIP alumni to give some guidance or opinion or consultation on that. And I think that's what we'll continue to push and strive for.
Absolutely. No, that sounds fantastic. And there are many practical things that the MIP Alumni Association is doing, isn't there, Keld? There's the regular podcast, there's the newsletter. It's easy to keep in touch with what the MIP is doing, right?
Exactly. But we also have to remember that we are mainly due to the corona halted some initiatives, because we want to move forward. We want to be visible. And of course, these conferences, these podcasts help us a lot. But we are always ready to reach out to stakeholders. We do not want to be a closed entity, another closed entity of the game. We want to reach out, because if we want to move forward as a game and as an industry, we have to include all stakeholders. And I think we are ready to that, and we have persons in every position almost already now in the industry. So as a partner, I think we could play an important role.
Absolutely. And Gareth, sorry, I can see you're going to say something. You were going to add to that.
No. I just think I think today and is a perfect kind of example of the quality that sits within the group, Leon. Like, we've had a snapshot today with the panels and the speakers and outside expertise and people that we've come to contact with over the years so far. And that network and the quality of those people will always look to add value. So I think it's only going to get stronger. I think the people within that group, as I said earlier, are incredibly driven and have enjoyed their professional careers, but are equally committed and have that same drive to kick on in a second career or second position. And they're very, very keen to do it.
Absolutely, yeah, I couldn't agree more. And Keld, Gareth, what would you like people watching this in the various different positions? Because we'll have football fans watching this, we'll have senior administrators watching this, people in the media. You know, what would you like them to take away from the day in terms of watching these sessions, engaging with the MIP alumni, and going away and having their tea later on, and saying, right, that MIP Alumni Association, I took this from that. What would you like for them to take away from today?
Well, from my point of view, hopefully they get the impression that yes, there are things to be repaired in the football system, but players who live the game are still dedicated to play a role. And yes, Maxwell, and I agree with him, we are in a critical moment, but they should also walk away with this optimism. Okay, players who left the game are still in the game and moving this game forward. There is hope. So this optimism that we can still have a beautiful game in many years to come could be a small wish from me.
Excellent. And Gareth, the final word. We're giving you the final word.
God, a big responsibility again. I think knowledge and expertise, Leon. I think you've got a group of people and you've got a growing alumni that are continuing to educate themselves around all aspects of the game. And in bringing it back to that diversity of thought, is that you ask what people may see as a takeaway, is that not to be afraid to tap in or reach out to people that have strong, educated, informed decisions. And as Kel says, it's not like a total utopian, idealistic position. People want to help affect the game in a positive way. And that's across all stakeholders and that's across all levels.
Well, I think you summarised it there clearly. The MIP Alumni Association is here to help the game positively. And that certainly has been reflective today in terms of all of the sessions, all the contributors. I think I can say on behalf of the MIP Alumni Board, a massive thank you to every single speaker that has been involved. A big thank you to all the partners who have continued to support the MIP Alumni Association, and also to everybody watching, everyone engaging, everybody sharing, the social media companies who are helping us to spread this message as far and wide as possible, to engage people, genuinely engage people with discussions on football and leadership. Far too often these discussions are paid to access situations that shut many outside who actually have a lot to contribute as part of this. So I know it was important to the MIP Alumni Association Board to make this as accessible as possible, to make sure that we're involving everybody and this discussion is as inclusive as possible. If you want to keep up with the MIP Alumni Association, please do get in touch, because we have an emailing list of which we share regular newsletters about what the MIP Alumni Association and its members are up to. There are regular podcasts discussing the important issues in the game, and job information that's coming up right across the industry. Finally, the MIP Alumni Association would like to dedicate this conference to its dear friend Goran Bunjasevich, who was part of this course and sadly passed away. This is the second MIP Alumni Association conference, and we are all thinking of Goran at this time. So thank you everybody for watching. We're looking forward to engaging with you all. It's been another great conference. We can't wait to do it again. As Gareth and Keld have both said, we can't wait to do it in person. We hope. Certainly that's the aspiration. And we'll make sure that we're streaming that as well so everybody can join us. Thank you once again. It's been a great day, and let's keep pushing forward to help improve our beautiful game. Thank you.
Thank you.